Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're looking to learn how to model a tank in Flow, then this is the right place to be. Now, we've started this series because Flow released version 15 and it has a lot of features, so we need to unpack all of this and share all this knowledge with you guys. So, without further ado, let's begin. Before we dive in, I would like to urge you to leave a comment on your thoughts and what video would you like to see next, and also share it with your colleagues so they can learn how to do drainage modeling in Flow. In the past, what we used to do was the following. We would have two inlets and an outlet within a rectangular tank, and what we used to do is we would try to find, like, let's say, a rough midpoint, and then manhole 10 would be our tank. Basically what we do is add a depth area to node 10. We go to the depth area. Let's say we specify 1.0. Let's say you add some area to the 0. And what would happen is basically we would have a few issues. The tank actually does not have this long pipe running through it. So then the question is that pipe size correct? Same with these here. Now the gradient, we would sort it out because it's a tank, so we would keep it as flat as possible. But obviously with the pipe diameter and the gradient, there is a correlation. So this is the closest we would have done it before they introduced a flow through pond structure, and you can use that as basically your tank. But now we don't have to worry about this anymore. So all we have to do is let's get rid of node 10, and all we have to do is the same way we model a pond. We select the outlet and the inlets. We're gonna do it here. I'm gonna do it with the sketch tool first. So we're gonna go to add flow through structure. We're gonna select tank. We're gonna go to our outlet, select the inlets, right click to finish, and then we're gonna go to define the shape. You select it, and then you can draw your tank how it is, or if you're not bothered about the shape, it's just the more realistic you make it, then the more confident you feel in the model. But in reality, all that matters is that you capture the correct area. So if we do 266.4 and then 1.001, that's pretty much it, and we are done. So the tank is always modeled at the outlet node. So if you didn't have sketch, I would urge you to get sketch, but what you will have to do is just make sure in the node column, you put your outlet. So basically the junction that leaves your tank, and then in the inlets, the junctions that come in. Now I'm gonna convert these into a junction similar to here because there is no manhole in there. There are some products out there that actually there's a manhole before it enters the crate, but ideally it's a junction. And then the next step is I'll add a little orifice here. So let's go to add the online control, and I'm gonna add an orifice here just so I can slow down and show you what would the result look like. If we run our model, we missed the cover depth. Let's put that in. And then if we go to our 3D, you can see that's the tank that we've modeled. So we've got the inlet junctions and the outlet, but obviously there is a mistake. The pipes are lower, and this is something that people rush and don't investigate. So that is why I always recommend to have your 3D and the log sections open. And what you can do is with Windows 10 or 11, we're Windows 11 I think, you can just select this side, select this one here, and then select this here, and then you can drag this window all the way to there, so you can have full view of all your 3D model while working on it. And now I can go and adjust everything. So I can go to links. If you don't have sketch, this is how I would do it. I'll find the lowest inlet, or if I know already before what I wanna do, so 98, and then the tank outlet 98, and then it will automatically calculate it, or you can restrict it. And you can see that now it's like bang on. So what I can do further, because the inlets is right at the edge, maybe you think like, oh, it's not connected. It doesn't really matter. All that matters is did you get this length correct? Is the area of the tank correct? Is the properties of the tank that you're given correct? And that's all it is you need to worry about. So basically you need to understand that it is a 1D simulation, one dimensional. So therefore, just because it doesn't look right, even if we didn't define the shape, it would have still worked the same way. And I will prove it to you. So what we can do is, let's just make a note of the results. So in outlet, node volume 214. So if we go to sketch, and I'm just gonna redefine that sketch, to be honest. Actually, before I redefine it, let's make a note of the area, 266.4, and then the results 214. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna redefine that shape into something weird. So let's say something like this. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the area back to 266.4, and then I'm gonna check my sketch just to show you it is what it is. And then what I'm gonna do is just run the simulation. I should still see 216 node volume, or 214. Yeah, there you go. So don't worry too much like, oh, I didn't get it absolutely right. It's just the parameters because it's a one-dimensional simulation. And hit subscribe now so you can watch the next tip, which is something I stumbled upon, which is really cool, is that when you change the color of the tank, so let's say orange, it changes to orange, and it's pretty cool if you ask me. So you can actually specify, like, adoptables are light blue and then private are, I don't know, gray. So you can do that. But the only issue is that even if you change the color, you have to run the simulation. So Causeway, if you're watching this, we don't need to rerun the simulation just because we changed the color. So maybe that should be fixed in the next update. And that is all that you need to know about the tank. Now, obviously, in future updates, they will incorporate more and more stuff. We have kindly requested them that the porosity should be still available here because the crates might have 95% porosity. However, you can always go model it as a depth area and it will still yield the same result. But as I said, the beauty of this is that you just get closer and closer to modeling a drainage network that is closer to what they're going to build and in your CAD. So that gives you more and more comfort. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.